webinar with EnGenius. Today's host is Ronald Dennis. He is the Distribution Business Development Manager at EnGenius, and he'll be presenting today. If anyone has any questions, feel free to submit them in the question box, and Ronald will answer them at the end of the presentation. Ronald, I'm finished for now. Please go ahead and take over. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. I appreciate everyone's time today. As Julie said, my name is Ronald Dennis. I'm one of the Distribution and Business Development Managers for EnGenius Technologies, and I will try and provide you with some good information today on our Electron series. We're going to be talking about 4 models. These models are specifically indoor access points. And so I want to take some time just to go over a brief overview of EnGenius if you're not familiar with who we are and what we do. So with that, we'll start. EnGenius, why EnGenius Solutions? I'm going to talk about our corporate information, awards and recognitions, some brief sales support information about our wireless experts, some of the markets that we target that we have been very successful with, and then we'll talk about the product solutions, which is the access points and the power sources for those access points. A little bit about EnGenius. EnGenius Technologies, we are based out of Costa Mesa, California, and we have been providing wireless communications and RF technology in the California or US since 1999. Our company prides itself on feature-rich, long-range wireless communication in voice and data. Some of the key solutions that we currently provide is our Neutron Distributed Networks Management Solution. That's one. We won't be talking about that today. We will be talking about the Electron Standalone Solution, our in-station point-to-point solution, and we also offer our Duraphone mobility solution, and that's our telecom product. Some of the three pillars that we believe are most important that we bring to the table is, as I mentioned, is robust wireless features, and that's from enterprise class to SMB. We're very versatile, user-friendly when it comes to management of those access points and products from a WLAN management tools perspective. And we believe that we have one of the best total cost of ownership in the industry. So we try not to be beat on price, but we also try to provide you with a quality product for a very affordable cost. Some of the awards that EnGenius has been recognized for, Network World recognized us and rated EnGenius 802.11ac access points as the best out of the high-end brands. PC Magazine, and according to NPD, EnGenius is in the top 10 of worldwide shipments in access points in 2016. We don't have that data for 2017 yet, obviously, but we're hoping to at least achieve that same type of recognition this year as well, if not improve on that. Some of the expert support that we provide, like, for example, myself, I'm a distribution business development manager, so I can work with you from a sales perspective because we do engineer and manufacture the product, from support, from technical support, various types of support from customer service. And we'll talk a little bit about those as well, some of our offerings in that area as well. So EnGenius has an EnGenius community where you can log in, and I can provide you guys with that information. When you have technical questions or questions about applications, we have an online community where we have field application engineers and wireless experts that are constantly monitoring that community and will be available to answer lots of questions for you. All of our field application engineers are certified wireless network experts. They go through training for certification to be able to provide the best type of support when it comes to wireless access. And of course, customer service. We pride ourselves on being able to answer your questions when you need your questions answered, and we try to be responsive in a reasonable time frame to be able to help support you and your customers. One of the most important aspects of EnGenius is that we provide you at no cost access to industry experts. So we have a network designs program and product that provides you with specific network design support. And what I mean by that is that you can tell us an application, square footage, the type of location it is, what you're trying to accomplish in terms of wired or wireless access, and then we can then provide you with a complete set up from our field application engineers that will be able to provide you specific support. We will provide design proposals, bill of materials, and experts for quoting out that particular product or that particular application. What our goal is we set it up in 3 ways. We say we provide you with good, better, or best solutions to help you win the deal. What I mean by that is we start out with engineering a particular opportunity or project with our best solution, which means bandwidth intensive, reliable, ruggedized when it comes to IP rating, high end user capacity. So we start out with the best, but depending on the budget and what the customer's requirements are, and a lot of times that's just dealing with budget. They may not want the fastest or the best. We start out with better and then good. So we start out with best, better, and good, and we try to help support you with the best possible product and solution to help you win the deal. But we also are very conscious of budgeting and budget restraints that a customer may have. Some of the vertical markets that we have been very successful in, obviously, is education, financial institution, Pro AV, managed service providers, which is the MSP. We work with a lot of managed service providers, manufacturing, healthcare, hotels, and MDUs, which include assisted living, industrial, and obviously retail and residential. So these are some of the areas that I'm sure a lot of your customers are involved in, and we can help support those areas. We have a lot of information. We've had a lot of experience in working in these particular areas. Some of the products, our product solutions that we will be talking about today is designed for wireless indoor access points in large homes and small business scenarios. So the idea is coverage for the entire inside of the property. So that's not going to be our focus today. It's just coverage for the inside of the property. We're going to be talking about 4 products that we believe and that I think you guys are selling a lot of that will help you guys be more successful. The access points in this case is the EAP, and the overview of the EAP is that the EAP series for the EnGenius stands for EnGenius Access Point, is a full coverage indoor access point. A lot of our hotel integrators and MDUs that I was talking about, they deploy it in small to mid-sized hotels. They use the EAP line to supply total Wi-Fi coverage. As you can see from the picture there, our brand has been, we're known for just high power. So our devices stack up with any other devices, and we provide mostly high power devices that give you a lot of coverage. Some of the Pro AV integrators deployed in luxury homes, they use our EAP line as an AV backbone to help to support the home's network. You have a large 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 foot home that requires high-powered access points or high-powered solution for that environment. And a lot of the Pro AV and integrators utilize EnGenius for that particular application. They have been very successful in using it as the backbone for the entire network for the luxury home. And then, of course, assisted living. We work with a lot of assisted living organizations, and they deploy the EAP to help support the telemedicine initiatives, network-enabled applications, and also they help to create guest networks and requirements for connectivity for requirements for staff and patients, as well as their guests. So it's been very robust, been very successful in these specific areas for the EAP series. Now, this is an overview of the EAP series that we're going to be talking about now. The EAP 1750H, the EAP 1200H, the EAP 600, and the EAP 350. As you can see, the products vary in maximum data rate speed, the type of technology from 802.11ac to 802.11n. Also, if you look at the types of radios that are involved, we have mostly dual band radios as well as single band. They range from desktop to ceiling mount. As you can see, the form factors are fairly the same, so it gives you uniformity when you're deploying these types of products, whether they need high power or whether they will not need high power. In addition to that, as you can see, the types of encryption capabilities, as well as the number of SSIDs that are important when you are trying to deploy the product. You need to know what the requirements are, and so this will help you in that area. I'll provide this information for you guys as well. Just to do an overview over some of the products, as you can see, the EAP 1750H is an 802.11ac 3x3, very high power, very long range, dual band ceiling mount wireless access point. The MSRP on this product is $195, very reasonably priced. It has multiple operation modes for the access point, as well as WDS mode. As you can see, it provides you with the AC speeds, which allows you to get up to 13 MIPS on 5 gigahertz and 450 MIPS on the 2.4 gigahertz, which is a very crowded radio frequency. It provides also, which is very important, band steering. It shifts from dual band clients to 5 gigahertz to optimize the traffic flow, which is very important. And as I mentioned, multiple operating modes, such as as an access point or WS. What's also important is it does provide you with fast roaming. It's useful for client devices that have delayed sensitivity applications such as voice and video. And these are key requirements for voice over Wi-Fi. So this can be used in multiple applications. What I like about these types of products in the form factor is the internal high gain omnidirectional antenna. And that's for all of our products, a very high power. Then as you can see, the EAP 1200, we're going to go down the line as we talk about these products. The EAP 1200, because as I said, we go with best, better, and good. So we try to stay in that frame, so to speak. The 802.11ac, this is a 2x2 high power long range dual band. It's also ceiling mount. As you can see, the form factor is pretty much the same. MSRP $129.95, very reasonably priced. It also includes band steering, as well as multiple operating modes, very important. Fast roaming, as we discussed earlier. And as you can see, the speeds do decrease, I should say, on the 5 gigahertz and the 2.4 gigahertz as well. However, this will be based on the application and the need of the customer. What's important to know also is all of our devices do provide secured guest network capability. And then of course the EAP 600, which this is also, this is an end product, which is a 2x2, very high power. As you can look at the price there, the MSRP $119.95. This also provides the multiple operation mode, band steering, and fast roaming. As you can see, the speeds do decrease when it comes to throughput. But as I said, it's based on the need of the customer, the need of the application, and we can certainly mix and match to determine what type of need they're going to have. And then, of course, we talk about the indoor EAP access point in terms of simplicity, in terms of simplified application or deployment. These are the ceiling mount series, the EAP, which one we were talking about. They can be used as a desktop access point as well. So you can sit those on a desktop. They don't necessarily have to be mounted on the ceiling, but that's the ideal and the design for it. But they can also be used on a desktop. In addition to adding them on a desktop, you can mount them on the wall as well, just depending on the accessibility of where you're trying to deploy the access point. They're easy to use, and as we can see, they are affordable. The most important thing that we have found is that anyone can implement, from a novice to an expert level. So prosumers is what we call a lot of the people that are maybe just novice, and they're professionals, but they don't do a whole lot of networking, but they do have some knowledge. So these are very easy to deploy. We do have the ECB series bridge and the outdoor ENH and ENS series, which is our outdoor model. We're talking specifically about the EAP series, which is our indoor model. Now, just a little bit of information about band steering. Band steering shifts the dual band. If you're not familiar with it, it's pretty simple. It just gives you the capability, as you can see from the two pictures here, of the same access point. One with band steering, one without band steering, or I should say activated or not activated. So as you can see from this picture here, band steering gives you the capability to lessen the traffic and move the devices in a more reliable RF channels. It helps you to shift the client's capable device or the endpoint from the 2.4 to 5 gigahertz seamlessly. It relieves the network congestion and maintains optimal data flow. And that's key. Not only do you have high power, but you have the capability with an inexpensive device like this to provide optimal data flow to your client's application. Then fast roaming, just very briefly on fast roaming. As you can see from fast roaming, it gives you the capability to eliminate re-authentication, which is, I think, is key. New AP, the new APs that knows roaming client and can resume encryption traffic. So in other words, speeds of this device allows you to eliminate the RF re-authentication, and it helps you to keep that product working smoothly. And that's what we think. The most important thing is just eliminate re-authentication, so it keeps your product connected properly. This is an example of fast roaming. As you can see from our picture there, it allows you to move seamlessly from AP to AP. And then RSSI threshold. RSSI just means received signal strength indicator. RSSI, this basically is a measurement of how well your device can hear a signal from an access point or router. It's a value that is useful for determining if you have enough signal to get a good wireless connection. Keep in mind, the RSSI value is pulled from the client device. Wi-Fi card, hence received signal strength. That's the whole idea, received signal strength. It's not the same transmit power from your router or your AP. So this just gives you some, you can enable or disable that, and you can also determine the dBm on that as well. SSID, obviously, I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with it. If not, it's just basically the name that you place on your wireless access points, the name. That's what your SSID stands for, is the service set identifier. It's essentially the name, as I said, that you give your wireless network on your Wi-Fi network name. I believe each one of them has capabilities of up to 16 or 8 SSIDs, which is very important depending on the application. So you can go from just a small application, a one home or luxury home, to a mid-sized business using the EAP system series. And then traffic shaping. I don't want to get too technical. I always like to keep most of the technical requirements for our field application engineers, because I don't want to give you the wrong information. But traffic shaping just is basically increases performance for the entire network by eliminating bandwidth per user. So you can limit their bandwidth. Okay, not eliminating, but limiting a bandwidth per users. Limiting bandwidth at an AP is also an easy solution, but gives you less control. So you want to be able to make sure this is the right application when doing that. So traffic shaping is important to know, and it also is important based on the application. Some of the POA injectors and converters that EnGenius offers is the EPA 5006 GAT. These products will allow you to provide POE capability for your phone systems, back to the access point, to the cameras, over to your POE enabled switch. So these are the products that I can provide you with more information on, should you need that information. And then with that, I think I've completed it.
Hello, Ronald.
Yes.
Hi, thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. We do have some questions,
Okay.
and let me read them off to you.
Okay.
Are your AC units Wave 2? If not, when are you releasing Wave 2?
Okay, very good question. So we do have Wave 2 products. These particular products that we're discussing are not Wave 2, but we currently have Wave 2 products. That's in our Neutron series. If you notice from the beginning of the webinar, I mentioned some of our solutions, and I'm just going to pop to that real quick. And so we do have Wave 2 capability, but not on this product here. Let's see here. So the Neutron Distributed Network Management Solution does have Wave 2, but we do not have it on this product here. And I do not know if this EAP series is going to ever have Wave 2. We're just going to, we have a comparable product that is Wave 2, which would be our EWS 360, I believe. But I can double check on that for you. I'll let you know what the comparable product is going to be. Keep in mind that Wave 2 is not necessarily an application for everything. And depending on what it's for, we may recommend the Wave 1 distributed network solution from our Neutron series, just depending on what their application might be. But yes, we do have it available.
Thank you very much. I have another question for you.
Okay.
Do you do any business with any WISPs or tower builds?
You know, that's a good question. And we do work with, okay, we do not per se work specifically with WISP per se. However, we have worked with a lot of we've had a lot of inquiries from individuals that provide towers, and that like internet service providers or telecom service providers or cellular service providers. Our product is not designed to provide service in that arena per se. We are more of an add-on to that. So you get the internet in, we can then provide you with high power to cover an outdoor area, whether that's a campground or an indoor area, whether that's a large stadium. But from a tower perspective, we don't handle that. We do have sector antennas that can go up to 5 miles. We have the in-station 8C that can provide network connectivity from point to point or point to multi-point over a 5-mile radius. So we do have that capability, but towers per se, we don't work in that arena, but we do work with them in some limited fashion. I hope that answered the question.
Thank you very much. It does. I have another question for you.
Okay.
What do you have that compares to the Mesh and Mesh Pro AP from Ubiquiti?
Okay, so all of our line, the EWS 620 EXT has mesh. All of our Neutron series devices are going to be mesh capable. We currently have the only mesh camera and AP set, which I can provide you with information on, as well as the roadmap for all of our meshing going forward. All of our products going forward, the EWS series, the Neutron series, will be mesh capable. And we also have something I can't talk about yet, but it will also provide greater capability when it comes to data throughput, which will also be meshing capable. So yes, we do have it available, depending on the application. And of course, you can provide us with, let's say, the application. This is what we're trying to do. This is why we need meshing. Myself and a field application engineer will get on the line. We'll provide you with a real quick questionnaire and determine if it is necessary for them to use meshing. There is a drawback. There's pros and cons for meshing, just depending on the application. But we do have it available in a limited number of products. But that's going to be our go-to market solution going forward. That's on our roadmap going forward. So yes, we do have it. In terms of how it compares with Ubiquiti, I cannot say that what that would be, but I can certainly provide you. If Julie, you can provide that person with my email information, they can shoot me an email and I'll be able to get one of our FAEs to provide you with a side-by-side comparison, as well as pricing and everything.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go on to our next question.
Okay.
What do you have for a simple surveillance setup that would allow me to run a camera and send the signal back easily? Anything with an extra POE port to power the camera?
Very good question, and we happen to have the best solution for that. It's called our InStation. Now we have the InStation 2, InStation 5, and the InStation AC, which is also on 5 gigahertz. So the InStation is deployed with a lot of the security companies that we work with. It has an additional POE pass-through port where you can connect that product on, put it on a pole, and then connect your camera right to it. So that's one thing that we can provide you with, which is a good application. You have great capability. It's IP rated, so you can go outdoors or indoors with the product, but it's designed for outdoor application with the additional design, specifically designed for security services and security integrators that need to have a POE for the camera. That's where you get your power. Yes, we have that product available as well. That would be our InStation. That's EnStation. And I would suggest the InStation AC, which is our newest and obviously gives you faster throughput. Thank
you very much. Let's see here. I have, do the APs come with pole mounts?
All of our APs come with mounting brackets. So yes, it would be, you could mount it on a pole, and I do believe it is for a pole mount, correct? Yes, so it does have those mounting brackets within the product itself, yes.
Thank you very much. And our last question is, when you say ceiling mount, does that mean the Wi-Fi signal shoots down and around from the AP, or does it send the signal all over 360 degrees?
It's a omnidirectional antenna, and as you can see from, let's just take a quick look here so we can have a visual. As you can see, it shoots it down and out and around. So it's a 360 degrees omnidirectional antenna. So as you can see from this, it shoots it out. It's a 360 degree radius. So it's not down per se, it would be a 360 degree radius from the AP itself. However, depending on your distance from that AP, obviously you're going to be determining your strength, the signal strength that you're going to be receiving. So this is designed specifically for high power, long range, greater deployment.
Ronald, thank you very much for answering those questions, and I'd like to thank everyone for attending today's webinar. And if there are any other questions, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. If you wish to view any of the products mentioned today or shown today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. And please remember, this webinar presentation was recorded and will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel. So if you would like to reference it again, you can certainly view it again on YouTube. Ronald, thank you again for your presentation. We look forward to having another webinar with you again in the future. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.